Hello, amazing people. So this is a 2022 update video, sort of a channel update, vision of the new year, what I want to do. So I did cover all this in the video I had, the riding I was doing yesterday. However, I had technical issues because it was so cold that all that footage is essentially gone in terms of it's sound free now. I'm going to be releasing a video, throw some clips together, cobble together what I can. There's a little bit of me talking, and then there's just some video footage. I'll put some music to it, and it'll be a little video of me riding in the cold weather, looking at some snow or whatever. But for 2022, what I have in mind for this channel is a combination of things. One is to expand, to have some various series to go along, something not just me riding vlog style or me doing an off-road, trail somewhere. Though, I'll be doing those, all that stays the same. But I want to continue doing some book reviews because I enjoy that. I love reading and finding good books. So I'll be reviewing various books that I've purchased and read. And I don't know how often I'll do that, maybe once a month to start. Maybe it'll be more than that. I think a lot of it during the winter is a bit more filler than in the summer when you're out riding. So maybe there'll be more of it now and less of it later. So we'll see about that. The second thing that I'm looking at doing, again, because it is winter, which is going to limit the off-pavement trail riding, which if the video clip that I show, the other video that I post shows you anything, or if you saw the post on the community tab shows you anything, I think a lot of the trails are pretty much self-closed due to snow. Although, I could hunt around trying to find some gravel roads somewhere. But generally speaking, the trails around here have a little bit of elevation, so they do tend to get some snow. And in the case, if you're anywhere near Rainier, it's pretty much done for the season. So I won't be doing off-pavement stuff. However, I do want to get lots of time on the KLR and get to know the bike. I obviously need to break it in and kind of get it to where I understand everything I can about how it wants to be ridden, the clutch, shifting, brakes, etc. And to do that, you just have to put miles. You have to ride the bike. You've got to stop, start, turn, etc. like that. So what I plan on doing is using a book like this one, probably, I'll start here and then go from that. This is essentially a tourist kind of book. It's historic and scenic things around the state of Washington. So I'm going to play tourist in my own backyard. Go look at old buildings, old towns, lighthouses, churches, bridges, whatever. So I'll pick the destination in here, ride to the location, and what I'm thinking about doing, and let me know, in the comments if you think this would be great or if this is just like, an eye roll kind of thing. It's typically not something I'm all that interested in, but I think after having read some of this, I think it might actually add a little bit of flavor. And that is to include in the video that I might do to a location some of the historical information, the facts, about the location. And a lot of that's just going to come, from the book itself. You've got, this person, who is this? The two people, George and Jan Roberts, need my glasses, have written a bunch of stuff, and obviously the locations, you find the information online. You can, it'll be things like when it happened, what happened, who was the founder, etc. So I thought, anyway, that I might try to do that. So it'd basically be me riding to the place and then talking about the place and then throwing some facts up and old photos or something on the screen. So that's an idea I have. Let me know if you think that's cool. Another idea that I have, this is something I want to work out with my son, who's training to be a personal trainer, actually get certified and stuff. So it kind of prompted me to think about this, that and seeing a video. I can't remember if it was Nerb or another rider who, they just got done with their winter. And so they started riding again. He's doing a lot of standing and uneven surface and stuff. And the guy's a good fit rider. So it's not like, some person who's just a couch potato or whatever. But he made the comment about being fatigued. And it got me thinking, we spend a bunch of time as the riding season ends, we get the bikes all cleaned up and maybe we modify them and add some things to them, do some maintenance. And then as the season starts as we get toward it, right? So we've got a couple more months. We're going to start getting into the pre-season, if you will. I mean, obviously many of us ride year round, but in terms of like real hardcore stuff, we're going to get our bikes prepped, right? New tires, maybe we'll change the oil, air filter, spark plugs, put on a different windscreen, Maybe we find a different seat, whatever. People do this. We get our bikes ready for the riding season. One of the things I've run into with the, especially off pavement riding more than on road, to different ways, is the cruel reality that being fit and strong makes a big difference. One, standing on the bike and having good control of the bike helps you not struggle. And if you're not struggling, you're not getting fatigued, and that helps you have better confidence and control, and you know where you're going, and you're letting the bike float, and you're kind of dancing with it through the ruddy stuff, the rough stuff, little rocks that are bouncing around and whatnot. On pavement riding, when I used to go out and do road trips and spend 7.5 hours a day on the bike, neck, upper back, lower back would all get fatigued and sore, and that kind of ruins the ride. And then you get tired, you start making mistakes, and it gets less, it's less safe. So my thought would be I will have my son train me a bit, and we're going to demonstrate some of the exercises that I'm going to do so that I'm fit and ready for the riding season, so that when I get out there, it's not like a month of me suffering. I'll be ready to go. I'll feel good. Stretching. I realized with the KLR, it's the initial getting my leg over the bike is a little bit higher than my Versus. And so that's a thing. Once I get on the bike, it sags down and it's about the same height in terms of feet on the ground. But getting on and off the bike is different. So again, all this has got me thinking that I'm going to do some fitness demonstration videos. Obviously there'll be big disclaimers about you need to know yourself, consult with your own professional, talk to your doctor, if you have conditions, heart conditions or back conditions or joint conditions or conditions, it's on you, right? This is not a me training you video. This is not a fitness program. This will simply be demonstration of exercises that I'm going to do so that I'm ready for the riding season and I'm as fit and strong as possible. Not only for simply riding tomorrow, but I want to be able to ride as long as I want to be able to ride. I don't want it to be a thing where I am suddenly having to stop because I have weak ankles or have a back problem that I could have solved had I done exercise. It's easy to sit on the couch and watch YouTube videos. I do it all the time. Why not, use that time or use time like that to do some stretches or to do some, basic fitness stuff. So anyway, that's going to be kind of the bent there. Again, it's not going to be a fitness program. It's not going to be in a gym with a bunch of weights and, stuff. It's going to be stuff that you could do at home, in your living room, in your garage, in your extra room if you've got one. Like, if you're like me and kids have grown and left, you've got extra room. What are you going to do with that room? Well, you can go sit in there and I can listen to a podcast and do a little bit of a workout. I could throw on some YouTube videos, maybe a series, and have those kind of playing in the background while I'm doing a little bit of a workout. But the plan is to have it something you could do easily, at home, because that's all I'm willing to do. I already know this about myself. I am not willing to go to a health club. I'm just not going to do it. If I was willing to, I'd already be doing it at this point. So I need it to be something I can do here in between with customers. If I'm done dealing with a customer and I've got 10 minutes, I can do some push-ups, for example. Or maybe I do some kettlebell squats, whatever it is. So anyway, that's coming too. And the other thing, the third thing, fourth thing, whatever thing, something thing that I'm doing is I mentioned the community. So what I have in mind for that is it's through locals.com. If maybe you're already following some people on Locals, and so you're familiar with it. But essentially, it's like a Patreon alternative, but it's kind of Patreon merged with Facebook. And so it has the ability for the actual creator of the community to obviously set it up and post videos and text and various things that you might see on, say, a Twitter, a Facebook, or any of those other social medias. But the thing that I like about it, this is why I want to do this route as opposed to just straight up Patreon or just like a PayPal donation. I do have a PayPal donation for someone who doesn't want to join the community. They're not interested. All they want to do is watch videos and then maybe comment on those videos on YouTube, but they still want to have an ability to contribute to the channel. I have a PayPal donation option for those folks. But for the other folks who want to be part of the BMRTV crew, monthly over at the community, the Locals community, what it does, it gives you the ability to post your own stuff. So it's not just a one-way street, me. You can post a ride report. You can post pictures of your bike. Where did you go this weekend? What trip are you on? You could post, a daily quick summary. Here's some photos. Here's my mileage. Here's the things I saw. This was great, etc. And then you can have a link to your own blog or your own website or to your own YouTube channel, right in there. So it's my goal, my hope is that using the Locals community platform turns it into something that is more than just, like I said, a one-way street. I want this to be a two-way street. I want you guys to have something of benefit other than just the feel goods, which is great. Feeling good is great. But if it's something where you want to contribute, you want to be a part of that, then thelocals.com. It's bmrtv.locals.com, and there'll obviously be links to that. And I will be probably putting it on the screens on the videos from now on. So I'll be promoting that quite a bit. And for those of you who are I have a video on there, an intro video already. Essentially, you have to join regardless, but there is a free account option where you're not paying. And that's essentially like a read-only. If there's videos there, or there are photos there, there's ride reports, there's whatever. Most of those are just available to everybody. You can see them, you can read them, and enjoy them. The paid supporter benefit is that you get to then post your own stuff and you get to interact more. But seeing the videos of the rides, all of that's just the same as it is now. You can do that on YouTube, you could do that on Locals, and if you wanted to. But for the supporters, people want to support the channel financially, it gives you a little bit extra benefit where you're able to post your own stuff, you're able to comment on other people's stuff, and it just becomes a bit, like I said, it's a bit like Facebook in that regard, but without all the Facebook nonsense. What I'll do is I will throw up a quick little view of it so that I'm not just telling you about it, I'll actually show it to you in just a second. Okay, so this is the screen that you get to when you go to the bmrtv.locals.com, and this is the join today, become a crew member. So you do have to join regardless, but you have the option of just having the free account versus a supporter account. So that's what this screen will look like, and you can go ahead and log in here. So here's what it looks like when you have a free account. So in this case, I can see this video, and I could play the video. Here's a bit of a ride report or some kind of a post, an update with some photos, and I can thumb through the images. So this is similar, overall, as you might see on even the YouTube comments tab, or community tab, sorry. But it's a bit more robust in that I can put more things up here than I could on the YouTubes. So there's benefits there. There could be downloads to things, links to stuff, and other things that are just a little bit more robust. And then in this case, as I mentioned, in the free account, you don't have the access to write your own posts. It's essentially a read-only experience. You'd be able to see stuff I've posted and what other members have posted here. All right, so let's take a look at what it looks like when you have a full account. For somebody who has joined and become one of the supporting members, there are 2 levels for that. And you have the option of writing your own posts. So, throw up a ride report. You could say, hey, here's my new, seat. Here's my new bike. Here's my dog. Whatever it is you feel like posting, you can post that here, and then you can add content, upload photos. You can even upload your own video. Again, sort of like a miniature Facebook in that regard. And then obviously you have the option of seeing and interacting with all of the posts. You can reply to them, you can share them, you can do other things with them. So it's a combination of Patreon and Facebook, allowing a little bit more robust. It's not a forum. There aren't a bunch of categories that are going to be set up for, maintenance and for, routes and gear and all the things. You go to some of the support forums and they have all these categories, and you pick which category you want and you post your thing and people comment and they reply and you get your answers. It's not really that. It is more of a straight up social media, Facebook-y kind of thing. You just throw up, hey, here's my question about something, or here's my information about something. And then people could reply to it. Once you sign up and get in here, whether you have a free account or a supporter account, I recommend that you watch this little intro video. I kind of cover some of the stuff that Locals is about, why it's here, why I did it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave comments on this video over on the YouTubes, and I'll be happy to answer them. And if you're thinking about joining the bmrtv.locals.com community, welcome. So anyway, I think that's it for the 2022 channel update. I don't even know what to call these things. I'm so not a professional YouTuber. So thank you for sitting through all this, and you're interested in the channel and interested in the updates of what's going on. If you have any ideas that you think, hey, this would be great to do, feel free to throw it in the comment. Like I said, it's just me, myself, and I don't have any kind of a real budget at this point, or producer or any kind of other folks that are helping me. So if you say, hey, do a 3-week tour to someplace, it's probably not going to happen. But if you have certain things that you think would be a good addition to the content, or an example of another YouTuber doing something, feel free to share that. I love good ideas. I love new ideas. I don't want to just be a channel that's doing the same thing as everybody else. That's why I don't do the same kind of 100-mile update, 500-mile update. Here's me doing an oil change. Those are important for people. Don't get me wrong. Those are absolutely critical. I use those kind of videos all the time when I want to know how to do something on my bikes. How do you do an oil change on a Kawasaki Versys, or how do you do an oil change on a KLR 650? I'd rather watch someone do it, learn how to do it before I dig into it, right? But because so many people do those already, I don't want to be just another guy doing the same things, if that makes sense, right? I'm not saying that content is no good. I'm just saying it's so well covered. I just don't see the value in me doing it too. So other than videos, so videos like that, I'm probably not going to be doing on the channel. Although I'll do my little mod stuff because it's kind of fun to do, like the one I did for the pegs recently, was just, watch me fuddle around with my wrenches. So anyway, did I already say thank you? Thank you to all of you who support the channel by watching, commenting, and liking. It's been great. I really enjoy some of the comment threads we have going, and that's what's led me to the local site, because I think we can expand some of that interaction better over there, because you can throw photos up, with your comments and stuff, and it'll become more of a robust experience. But I'm still planning on keeping the YouTube stuff pretty much the same that it is now, so that people who love the YouTube stuff aren't going to be cheated out of anything. Like suddenly half the videos aren't there. I'm not doing that. Everything that's there now is going to be there now. So nothing will change for people who just want to watch the YouTube videos. So you're not losing anything. I'm simply adding this other thing for people that want that different experience, that other experience. So I think that's it. Finally, I can stop rambling. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's all I got. Talk to you later.